All right, good evening, guys. Ken at Tortoise Capital Nightly Strategy Podcast for Friday night, July 7th, 2023. Just to alert you to a couple opportunities. If you're not subscribed to Patreon and listening to the nightly podcasts, we can't help you. And if you want to learn the techniques the fastest and the most immersive way with hands-on experience, take advantage of the July sale on the Bar by Bar workshop, which gives you over 100 training examples from live trading with live coaching for 50% off. Check our website or send me an email for details. All right, so we're going to start with the 30-minute hybrid swing, starting with Alcoa. Today, once again, is going to be proof that how I feel about it at the opening has absolutely nothing to do with what's going on. You will recall yesterday that we closed a really nice short side swing, and then I hated this entry, holding my nose, taking the supported spring crossing with standard risk near the close of the day. It gapped up here. It moved a risk box off the bottom, so we added a second position, and it proceeded to move exactly to the previous resistance level, and I gave it probably one extra bar and exited on the southern skin of the dragon for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for 7R in a little over a day. Just as summer was coming to a close, and you'll see that the excess gains were really in this section when it left the Red River in the summer and then began to tail off. Extreme condition. That's a bidirectional trade. That's what it is. That just happened. 7R. AI, no trade. I missed the short. I have a long side bias on it. Kept me out of the trade. Thanks, bias. Caterpillar, SSC, gap and go for 2R. Exited with the dragon. Exit at the edge of the dragon. Cliff, gap and go. Dragon exit. 1, 2, 3, 4R. Chevron, yesterday's Kata 2. Closed for 1R on a late dragon. Dish Network. Yesterday, I held my nose and bought the SSC. Standard risk. Today was a gap and go when it cleared the hump. Emerging dragon second position. Dragon exit for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9R. Devon Energy. I didn't take that one yesterday because I had plenty of overnight risk. So we did get the gap and go and closed it inside the dragon for 2R. Electronic Arts missed the short side trade completely. Span of control issue. Emerging Markets took the SSC gap and go for 1R with a dragon exit. Ethereum missed the short side trade. Mexico, gap and go for 3R, dragon exit. Somebody keep score on these. Gap and go in Brazil for 1R on a dragon exit. Intel, gap and go, didn't work, rolled over, scratched. International Paper, there was the SSC from yesterday, gap and go, second position, dragon exit for 4R. Real estate, no trade. Regional banks, gap and go, half an R with a dragon exit. Yesterday's, actually this is Wednesday's, Kata 2. Today was a gap and go. And so now let's take a look at this one. We've seen how amazing this position is. And now you're in this location right here. And you have an opportunity to make a decision on what to do in the yellow dot. So the swing trade 1 is holding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6R. And swing position 2 is holding 3R. So in this location, you're holding 9R, and you're trying to decide what to do. You decided to do nothing, and so you come back, and now you're sitting at the end of the day with 5 minutes before the close, and you're still holding 9R on the swing. So what are you going to do with 5 minutes before the close? Are you going to cash the position and hold it with no overnight risk over the weekend and come back at it on Monday? Are you going to sell half? Are you going to add a position? Or are you just going to hold what you got? So record that decision, and I'll tell you what I did. Added another swing position here. I got 9R on 3 positions, and we'll see how that works on Monday. There's no right answer on that one, by the way. There's only your answer. This is McDonald's. I tried the 1, 2, 3 entry and scratched. Merck. We had from yesterday the collapsing dragon, and today was a gap down. Here's where it closed. Gap down to here, continued to sell off. So added a second position, added a third position, and then took the dragon exit here for a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6R on the first one, 2R on the second one, scratch on the third one, 8R, and no overnight risk. We scratched the overnight position in Microsoft. Marijuana, gap and go. And this thing just took off like a scalded ape. Ran all the way up, came all the way back to here. So I cashed 2. Then the rocket went all the way down to here and then all the way back here. And I missed that one altogether. But I was gloating with the 2R gift. NVIDIA was a scratch on a gap and go. Clean Energy was a 3R on a gap and go and a drag and exit. Rivian, I mean, Jiminy Crickets. I mean, Rivian, really? So, from a couple days ago, we had this gap and go, and because of the intraday play, we were able to get a very tight risk box. And that one closed here, so we had plenty of cushion. Yesterday, added that position. Today, and this is where it closed yesterday. So yesterday, we were holding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the first one, 2 on the second one. So at this location, we were plus 10 on 2 positions. It gapped here, so I added a third position. It did this, added a fourth position. It rolled to here and came back to here. So while this one was plus 1, I exited 4 positions here. It was plus 10 here. So the first one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the first position ended up being 15R. The second one was 9R. This one was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this one was 1, 10, 30R. And that's the one I didn't hold over the night. And to be fair, I used some of that money to add the position to was it Matt? No, to Rivian, sorry. Yeah. No, it was, yeah. So on this one, I added the position basically using the money from Rivian's 30R swing trade. The S&P had another kind of a riot-filled day. Was here, it was down, it was up, it was way down. So the net was here. So that was part of the reasons the moves were so strong intraday today. Treasuries, no trade. Tesla, tried the COTA 2, it was a scratch. And then U.S. Steel, this was a gap and go. Standard entry, standard risk, did this and dragon exit for 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 4 and no overnight risk. So the metals were very good today, by the way, if we took a look at the percentages, excuse me. Here's your cluster of metals. 4 3/4, 4%, 4%. There's your energy in Devon. So that's not all bad. Metals were moving. Yesterday they were terrible because they had just done this whole thing. So the very extreme move says that they're in play. And so it's not surprising when you get a 50% retracement after a 5-day smashing like that.
Yeah, and they're in a critical state, ready to do, because it closed right at that.
Right, at that. I'm sorry, I didn't have my ears on. Say again.
Oh, I was just gonna say it's right at that level of support last time, so it's a critical state now. Get ready to play it either way for Monday.
Right. That's the reason. That's the reason I don't hold that. Here's the gap.
Yeah.
And out of this gap, it smashed. Out of this one, it went up. So exactly, I have no idea what it's going to do Monday. And it should do something. And it can be gappy. So why not just cash that and just hold it? So
watch it Monday.
The reason on Matt to be excited about that one. The reason I made that a buy right here is because it has cleared all of that, that previous all that previous resistance.
I'm holding. I'm waiting for 21.
Yep. So if it breaks through 21, 24, 27 are both in play. And that one had a strong enough move today that I was willing to use some of the excess gains from Rivian. Yep. So if you look at Rivian, I mean, I couldn't take the heat on that one anymore. I mean, that move.
It's too good.
That's
almost.
I can't even believe that. I guess I do because I see it. It's well above this resistance, but we'll see that in a second when we get to the coaching.
Okay. Cool.
All right, so here's sniper trade of the day. This one is in U.S. Steel. So this is on 3-minute charts. U.S. Steel. This is the intraday standard risk, which I think is like 10 cents. Yeah, 10 cents. So let's see. So here was yesterday's close. It opened right here, sold off quickly, then rolled all the way up to here, which creates the OR3. So standard play, checker hold. -1. I stopped and reversed just because. Front running the collapse. It immediately reversed. I take another -1. Same trade. Standard risk. Just because. 2-hour battle drill, second position. 4-hour battle drill, third position. Fourth position, 6-hour battle drill. Standard exit at the PSAR flip. 16R on the long side, -2 on the first two losing trades is 14R net. That's in addition to the standard swing trade. So that's just this is the standard 30-minute chart, and this one has about that's about a 25-cent risk, and that's the one position standard risk. But you saw that lost 2 on the intraday turbo, and then this pulls 16R on a 3-minute chart. The swing chart traded routinely brings 4R. Now, 4R is nothing to sneeze at, and it's manageable. It's manageable along with the other swing trades because you have a lot of time to make decisions and management on 30-minute charts. So just a difference in style. And the rest of the day was basically nothing. Heidi Grant writes a book on 9 things successful people do that are different. Get specific, seize the moment to act, know exactly how far you have left to go to get to completion, be a realistic optimist, focus on getting better rather than on being good, have grit, build your willpower muscle, don't tempt fate, see the Rivian swing trade, and focus on what you will do, not on what you won't do. Just focus on the affirmative, what you will do. 9 things successful people do differently. Heidi Grant Halverson from 2012, Harvard Business Press. All right, let's go to your Rivian case study, Bill, while we're here. Go ahead.
Coaching a new trader today. We had a discussion about Rivian, which I introduced him to, and I got to looking at it while we were talking. So I went back and looked 1 year, and I just tried to see, because I'm a visual empathic trader. I said, well, what were the biggest excursion in that I can see, right? So it was about $17 back there in July of last year. Then I saw, oh, well, that big, then it kind of mucked around a little bit between September and December. And then I said, oh, well, there was another big, collapsing dragon right there at December to February. Well, those two, I just put I put that, as TC2000 has that where you can put the range on it, right? I said, wow, those things are kind of the same, within pennies, the same size. So now when we're having this, explosive move by Rivian again, is this coincidence, or is this, is it is it a coincidence that it's 10 times the MMRB, which is $1.65? I don't know, but this is what I'm thinking of. So what it prompted me to tell my trader was, hey, you know what? This is awesome. I'm glad we're making money hand over fist right now. Be prepared. It's too good to be true. I would expect to be realistic about where this is going to stop. So have your your trailing stop. I use trailing stops, but be ready for that to muck about a bit. If it blasts through, guess where I'm adding? Right there, because then it's truly a juggernaut. But be professional, be ready. Never believe the goodness too long. But enjoy it while you're doing it. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, everybody that's made money on this leg here
Yep.
is watching that resistance. If
Yep.
that resistance actually begins to appear, and this as soon as that starts to fade, then the urge is going to be to protect that, and you'll see an accelerated selling. The only way this breaks through to another leg up, back to this level, is if it blows right through that resistance. So at the first sign of weakness, that ice cracks in a hurry. So we know that. So we got to make sure that we are managing that. And for me, the fact that we've had 3 legs of kind of unbelievably good moves in Rivian, I just look at this and say, leg 1, double digit gain, leg 2, double digit gain, 30R there. It's like, okay, let's leg 1, leg 2, leg 3. This, you could almost call that 2 legs, almost 4 legs. If we say that's leg 1 on the next higher level, this could be
Yeah.
the start of leg 2. So I'm prepared for that thing to continue to go, and I know where I'm going to get in, but
Too.
I'm not holding that one over the weekend. I got to be able.
Well, I did.
Well, yeah, you're younger than me. You can afford it.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right, so let's get back to the
Okay.
traders here.
That was it for me.
All right, let's see, Damien.
Do we have a gap stat on Rivian?
Sees this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Thank you.
It's in TC2000. So this one rolls over, so he plays the reversal after the gap down and big rocket move. It's in play. So he has the discipline to play the short side. Cash is 1. PSAR flip, standard risk box. Cash is 1.25. Stays out of the chop. Collapsing dragon. Short for 0.75. 3R. S&P on 1 minute charts. 1 hour.
Yeah. Done by 10:30. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
Way to go, Damien. Just standard work, though. I mean,
Brian, we're looking at DIA on the 3s. Yeah, this is that same. It could have been that same trade. Could have been that same trade. I like this one, the rollover. It didn't work. I'd like to get out here. He waited for the PSAR to time him out. Technique. Not crazy. Brazil. Wasn't much room in there, but he got what was available. Got a taste. Could have maybe re-entered. That might have been the only tradable move for him. But a couple quick scratches. Constantine. Killer Mike.
I think we
Caught it
just
too.
rename him Constant Machine.
Yeah. So entry here in the pocket. Notice that he's not waiting for the emerging dragon. He gets it in the pocket after a kata 2. Single position, exits. It gives him a kata 2 to the downside, so he's short here. Collapsing dragon possible here. Collapsing dragon possible there. Collapsing dragon possible there. So 6.5 on the upside, 6.5 on the downside. On a single position, this could have been 30. Let's see. This is yeah, Lewis. So he's in the first week of the Foundations course. Welcome aboard. He's trading 30-minute. Here's the open. Identifies the sideways quiet channel. Sees the PSAR flip. Tries it with a standard risk box. Works in his favor. He gets out with +5.
Oh,
Welcome aboard.
yeah. Welcome aboard. 5-hour trade in the first week. Awesome.
Well, you know, be
Standard
careful.
work.
Be careful. All right. I'll finish printing the reports and add a narrative of the reports later tonight. But good work by everybody this week, and that's all we got for tonight. Book should be coming out next week. You think?
Yes, sir.
All right. I use some links for the coupons in the book.
Yeah, yeah. And then I'll send those to Brittany, who's Steve's.
If I give you the link, they can turn it into a QR code. Right.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, brother.
Ciao for now.
Ciao for now, folks. Have a great weekend.